Welcome to Tuesday Update. Today is June 2nd. Well, there's no update from last week in terms of our opening. We're still under the same restrictions. Remember, we can celebrate Mass under two conditions. One here for funerals with less than 10 people and weddings for less than 10 people. And over the last week, we have had two funerals here with those limitations. And we had one wedding here on Saturday. Katie Mora got married. And I was I'm going to send you a picture this Thursday in the Constant Contact of her wedding. It was very moving for me. She and her husband Matt really were focused on, they just wanted to get married and they wanted to get married in the church. And so it was very, very nice and a very moving experience for me. So we'll send you a picture of that. In terms of funerals, of course, families have a choice now. We can do a funeral mass here for less than 10, or some families choose to wait until a later date when we can have more people here in our church to celebrate a funeral mass. Just remember, when we do open up, we're prepared on our end. There's a lot of things we have to do. It's going to be a very different experience for you when you come back from what you remember in March when we were here last. But we're prepared. Our staff, we've walked it through, and just remember, when we do open up, if you have limitations, in other words, if you're vulnerable, continue to stay home. We're going to live stream a Mass every weekend, just like we've been, but stay home because remember, there's no obligation to attend Sunday Mass as long as we've got this COVID problem. You know, there's a lot of unsung heroes in these times, and one of them, I think, are our parents. For what you're doing for your children. I know it's got to be very, very difficult for your children right now with these changing times, and you're doing a really good job of caring for them and loving them and doing the best you can in a very, very different situation. So you're one of those unsung heroes. Our high school seniors have been hit really hard. As you know, a lot of things they can't do with this COVID-19, a lot of things special memories they would have liked. And remember, we're trying to do three things to support them. And the first thing is we need seniors to let us know. We'd love to do our youth ministry team would love to do a drive-through and bring you a little gift. But we need to know if you're okay with that. And so if you could email Lauren, our youth minister, we're trying to develop a list. The second thing we're doing is we're asking our parishioners, would you just write a little note to a high school senior? There's a basket outside the chapel that you could just leave that little note in. And it doesn't have to be addressed to any particular person, just to a high school senior, and just offer your congratulations to them and just our support and encouragement. And the third thing we're going to do is, there's a ton of wisdom in this parish. And what wisdom would you give to an 18-year-old who's just graduated from high school and kind of in this situation? And if you would send them either to our parish secretary or to Lauren, our youth minister, we're going to compile those little bits of wisdom and share them with our graduating high school seniors. We've asked two high school seniors to reflect on a question of where have you seen light, or where is the silver lining for you in this COVID-19? And here's what two of our seniors said. Jack Harding's a senior, graduating senior. He says this: the silver lining of the past 3 months away from school and a regular routine has been the opportunity to spend time with my parents and my younger sister. We don't realize how quickly time passes until you slow down and look at how busy you are when life is normal. I'm grateful for the chance to spend time with my family and strengthen friendships before I leave for college. And then senior Delaney Cummins reflects and says this: one way I have found light in the time of coronavirus is through being able to connect with nature in a way that I wouldn't have been able to before. Because I have been walking outside more often, and at times of the year when I typically don't take walks, I've been able to observe the beautiful transitions from winter to spring and spring to summer more closely than in years past. So some silver linings. Mother's Day is going to be coming up soon, and we want to do a similar drive-through blessing that we did for Mother's Day. And our staff would really like to do that for our dads, and we're going to be lined up out here in the front of church from 11 to 1 on Father's Day. And just like last time, if your dad is deceased or he's in a nursing home and unable to be here or out of town, take a photo and put it in the passenger side window so that when you go by, we can bless those dads as well. But we're going to look forward to doing that. It's not too late to send us a picture of how you might have spent Pentecost at home, the birthday of the church. We'll put together some little video on that and get that out to you, but please continue to send those pictures in to us. A lot of people have asked about daily Mass and daily Mass cards. We won't be able to do daily Mass. We've got to get the Sunday experience figured out before we can invite you in when we get permission to do that. It is very, very involved. You can take my word for it. But it's all done to protect people. So with respect to Mass cards, we can't do Mass cards until we know when we can have daily Mass again. And for those of you who have had intentions these past couple of months, know that I've thought of them in my Masses, those deceased persons that you've requested. But we are more than happy when we get up and going to have you contact our office, and we can reschedule any of those Masses if you'd like us to, so that you can attend. Thank you for keeping us up to date with your contact information, your current contact information. It's our major way of communicating with you. Now, one of the things, for example, I'll be doing here very soon is I'm going to make probably a little 20-minute video to talk through some of the procedures we're going to have to do when we welcome you back. And of course, we need as many of our parishioners' contact information to be able to share that video and that information to you before you come on those weekend Masses when we get permission. And as you know, our weekend Mass, we continue to stream those Masses 4 o'clock on Saturday. You can see them live on Facebook and on YouTube. Please help us, we're happy to help you. If you need errands, you need a friendly phone call, you need technology help, any sort of thing like that, you please give us a call. We continue to seek applications for the principal, our new principal in the school, and I think we're going to have a fair number of applications for that. So I'll keep you posted as we continue that search, but we want to have a strong principal so that we can continue the great work we do in our school today. Just a reminder to, let's pray at noon, right? We're going to stop at noon, and we're going to say a prayer for our parish family, so we stay strong. And we want to offer that prayer for anybody in our parish family who might need it at that time, who might be carrying a pretty heavy cross. So I'll talk to you on Thursday. We'll have that little update for you on Thursday. Stay safe, and God bless.